How to eat optimally in 2026 speed run edition. Let's go. Now, before we start, I want to emphasize rule number one, which is simply this. It's your life. You can do whatever you want. That sounds cliche. The reason I point it out is that so many of these topics get very heated for whatever reason, and I think that's kind of nonsense. Everything I put out in terms of content or advice, whether it's training or diet or whatever, is meant as a guiding star, like a true north, if you will. So if you're feeling off course or you don't know exactly what to do, following this, coming back to this video, you're going to be more than okay. But it doesn't mean that it's a precise map where if you don't do everything down to the last detail, that you're going to die. It doesn't work that way. It's about what's optimal from a health and from a performance perspective. It doesn't mean that that's what's optimal for you in your life right now. If you're perfectly happy with your health, with your fitness, with how you look, and you just want to have a croissant with your coffee every single morning, who am I to tell you that you can't do that? You absolutely can do that because that's just what you want to optimize for right now. And that's fine. Life doesn't have to be about doing everything optimally every step of the way. So just keep that in mind. Rule number one, your life, you can do whatever you want. Without further ado, let's dive right in. Point number one, your base foods should be animal-based foods. So steak, eggs, bacon, butter, all that good jazz, absolutely fantastic for you. And this should make up the vast majority of your diet. Now, if you had to choose, anything from a cow is better. Technically, it's everything from a ruminant animal, which simply means it's an animal that has 4 stomachs. They just process the food differently, which is better for us in turn, and that's why they're better. But don't get me wrong, fish, fowl, pork, all that other stuff, still fantastic. It's just if you had to choose, cows are better. Point number two, fat is your friend. The real reason most people aren't healthy is because they're not getting enough fat or they're not getting enough real fat. Because when I say fat, I mean real animal-based fats, not seed oils, not margarine, not weird fat products that are artificial or lowers the calories of a David bar, but real fats. That's what's good for you. And also, all this nonsense about, oh, if you eat fat, you're going to get fat. That's not how it works. Any fat that you eat above what you can actually absorb is going to get flushed right out. But fat should be your friend. Which brings us to point number three, the wrong fats. Seed oils, fake dairy, absolutely get rid of this. If there's one piece of advice that you don't take in moderation, it's this one. Seed oils and fake dairy isn't just bad for you the way that sugar and high calories are bad for you. These are bad for you, as in actually poisonous, and they do not belong in your diet whatsoever. So I would get completely rid of those. Not to mention real fat and real dairy also just taste much better. So soy milk, oat milk, almond milk, coconut milk, anything milk that's not dairy milk, out. Same for oils, sunflower oil, palm oil, rapeseed oil, all this oil nonsense, out. It's not real food, it's not good for you. One exception is olive oil. Olive oil is from the fruit, not the seed. This is actually okay, so if you want to have oil, have olive oil. And last part, butter. Butter is fantastic, but be careful with the spreadable butter because the only reason it's spreadable is because it's 20-30% seed oil. So again, spreadable butter, out. Number four, carbs. Delicious, but completely unnecessary. So again, does not belong as part of your diet. I would get completely rid of it. Does that mean you can never have it? Absolutely not. You can have it as I'm just going to enjoy life right now. That's completely fine. Should it be a stable part of your diet? It shouldn't, but it can. If you want to have a bit of carbs with your food, that's completely fine. The balance is knowing that you don't actually need it. It doesn't make your diet better, but you can have it if that's just what you prefer. I'll have sourdough bread with my steak sometimes because a good steak sandwich with loads of butter on it, that hits the spot. But again, I know that I don't need it. I just have it, and I'm not trying extremely hard to lean out. Vegetables, same deals, get rid of them. You do not need them. Now, if you really like them, again, you can have them. I would just make sure that you eat them because you enjoy them, not out of obligation. I would recommend everyone to try and go at least 30 days with no vegetables, no carbs, no sugar, just to see how good you feel on an only animal-based diet, because to most people, this is just an earth-shattering experience. You feel amazing when you experience for the first time only getting pure fuel. But again, up to you. If you really want your vegetables, you can add them back in. Again, just make sure that it's out of enjoyment, not out of obligation. Which brings us to fruit. Fruits, fantastic in moderation. I use these as a treat, having some chilled fruit in the fridge, bring it out, have it with some Greek yogurt or some full-fat cream. Absolutely delicious, and it's my new dessert. I don't have it every day. I don't have it in vast amounts, but it's absolutely fantastic, and it's a good way to treat yourself. Now again, if you're fine with where you are and you just want something sweet at the end of a meal, this is a pretty good option. But again, if you're gaining weight too fast, if you're not losing fat as fast as you want, this is probably where I would cut back a little bit. Dairy, very same deal. Fantastic as an extra. Just make sure that you don't make it the main part of your diet. It is very high calories. It is delicious, so it's easy to get too much of. So you can absolutely have it. I'll just have 2 comments. Don't make it your main food source. And again, it does act as a bit of a stall. So if you're gaining weight too fast, or if your fat loss is kind of stalling out, I would just cut back on the dairy and you'll be absolutely fine. That's it. Quick summary: eat mostly meats and fats, seed oils, fake dairy, cut it out, vegetables out, carbs out, fruits, use it as a treat, have it as a dessert. Works great that way, just have it in moderation. Dairy, same deal, fantastic as an extra, just make sure you don't overdo it. And if you're stalling out on the fat loss, I would definitely start cutting back on the fruit and dairy. If you do all of this, you're going to be a-okay. But remember, rule number one, it's your life. You can do whatever you want. You can follow this in moderation. But if you're ever feeling lost or feeling like you're not getting the results you want, come back to this video, reorient, correct course, and you'll be a-okay. That's all for now, and I'll see you soon.